Oh, he looking at me. Yes. I done brought grandfather to the mix. Happy Sunday, beautiful soul. Let me get comfortable because actually, let me get comfortable. Right? Happy Sunday, beautiful souls. For those of you who's been following me along this journey, this long form journey, I am still in it. I'm still in it. And today I'm bracing you guys with grandfather. Very special, very special rattle, an instrument from a tribe in the Amazon on some very special wood. Okay, ayahuasca. And so here we are, sugar dumplings. I was sat down and I was going, oh, I need to pick up grandfather. The topic that's coming to me today is about you attracting that magnetic love for your inner child. That magnetic love for your inner child. Where's my rings? Anyway, the magnetic love for your inner child, sugar dumpling. It's a topic that must be discussed. I know I talk about different things in isolation, but I was coming over here and I sat down and I was like, that's it though. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about that magnetic love that we need to send towards that inner child. Okay. And so whatever flows, flow. Beautiful souls, for those of you who are just coming to this channel as I'm developing and growing, how are you? I trust that you are well, vibrating high vibration. It's your girl, your hype sister, your soul sister, whatever you want to call me, sugar, as long as it's polite. I'm spiritual Tiik. And I'm delighted to continue the vibration, the frequency, the energy of moving these topics and just allowing things to flow. This is unfiltered, darling. So there will not be any chippity chop, edit pop. We ain't doing that, okay? I'm just going to be me and do what I know how to do best, is be authentic, full of love, and channel things through so that I can land with you, okay? If it lands. Some of y'all, it lands. So I trust the process. And we move on. So let me dive into it. And you know what? As I'm holding grandfather, I call him grandfather. He's been around. He's moved some energy. I think I'm going to just do that when I need to shift and shake something away. It depends on what the conversation flows into, but I'm going to allow it to flow. So I keep cleaning my teeth because I make sure, yeah, I ain't got nothing up in there. Anyway, I'm not deleting it if it was. But the magnetic love for your inner child. See, this is a topic that is deep and dear because as I work with so many beautiful souls, beautiful vessels, it always comes up, the little version of them. And often a little version of them that require the love, that didn't get the love. So, you know, when I think about the healing journey, I always say to people, don't call me no healer, okay? I'm the supporter to support you to elevate and expand to where you want to be. Because ultimately, we got to do the work. We can heal ourselves, okay? Just consistency and a little support, yeah? But that's the truth. But the version of you that requires the most attention, for some of you, not all, is that younger version of you. That younger version of you that was like a sponge that absorbed everything in your home environment and your community environment. And it shaped you to be that adult that you are today. And that adult you are today has brought forth all the experience from time. And so many people talk about the trauma of this or trauma of that and moving this way and moving that way. But the reality of it is that the few and far between make the time, and note I said make the time, to actually work on giving that younger version of you what it needs. And listen, sugar dumpling, today we are not critiquing, we are observing. And we need to observe what's actually in the body or not in the body. What is it that you need? My favorite words. What is it that you need? And in this situation, what is it that your younger version of you require? How are we going to get that little you, that magnetic love? You know, love is one of the most highest vibrations. When you feel pure love in your body, woo! Listen, there's nothing like the pure vibration of love. That just feeling like you are safe, comforted in every way. And that's what I want you to do for the younger version of you. Whatever you didn't have, Now let me slow it down and let me let that land. Whatever you didn't have, I want you to give it to that younger version of you. And some of you are like, but how, Tiik? I'm an adult now. I can't do that. Yes, you can. We got to dissect it though. Yeah? All right now, sugar dumpling. Now my lip gone and everything else. I done ate dinner and did a whole bunch of other things in the house because my phone told me that I didn't have no space. Right in the middle of my sentence. So I've done had to clip 2 videos together, but I'm determined. I was determined to come back and give you little bit more of a long form, making me edit when I don't want to edit. But I still got grandfather here. And I believe the last things that I was saying in the other part of that video. Oh, grandfather, what's going on? Oh, hold on a minute now. Okay, the feathers, they not feathering right now. Y'all see the feather? Like, it look like an untamed beard. Like, oh my goodness. We're going to have to work on this. I don't know how I'm going to work on that because, I don't know. We're just going to fluff this up. Anyway, the rattle still work and the message is still clear, okay? The last things that I was saying, Sugar Dumpling, was that we're going to have to work on the aim, you know, the versions of you. Like giving yourself back what you believe you didn't have, okay? And how do you feed the younger version of you? And usually, in order for you to feed that younger version of you, you need to identify. And I believe I was saying that, I didn't play it all the way back. I believe I was talking about identifying what it is that you did not have. You know, a lot of, I'm gonna put myself in it too, of us would have had different experiences throughout our life. And, you know, when we're growing up, we have these expectations of what we believe to be that we would have needed at that time. And we would have liked to have shared some experiences that maybe some of our peers had, etc. But as you age, you realize, you know, well, I realized, I speak for myself, is that what I had was unique to me and my family, you know, and that uniqueness, that love, that potency, no matter what it looked like, that is like our forever foundation, you know. But it doesn't mean it was perfect. It's perfectly imperfect. But I think at the baseline of all of this is that forgiveness, you know. So forgiving what you did know you didn't know, what you don't know you didn't know, and forgiving the people for whatever they have been able to do. Because the reality of it is that the people who took care of us did what they knew how to do, right? So at this state and age that you are in and you're vibrating in at a higher vibration or learning to vibrate at a higher vibration, how we reconcile those stages of life within ourselves is that we got to look within and get real honest. And so when I talk about feeding that younger version of you what it didn't have, that's love. You know, that's love. That's whatever experience that was, is feeding it in with love, right? Because love, that vibration is so potent. That vibration is one that can heal all things. And so we want that experience to be potent, okay? And how best to do that? Now, usually when I use a rattle, it's to sort of move energy. Right? So move energy, to shift energy. And as I said with the first part of the video, I brought grandfather over because that's what felt right. And so I think the intention of me still having it here is to invite you to think about some of the things you might be holding on to that is actually stagnating that little version of you from receiving. And I want you to think about what some of those things are. You know, what didn't a younger version of you have that you would like to feed into yourself, into your heart, you know, so you can attract that magnetic love. And that magnetic love is important. Sorry, my battery just showed me now that it was about to go, but the video's still recording, so I'm keeping it going. But that magnetic love that you deserve, right? Because in some situations, the absence of what we didn't have sort of creates barriers in your adult life, you know, can create conflict in your relationships, can put stagnation with communication. Communication is usually the baseline key, not being able to articulate what's going on for self, and then let alone be able to articulate that for others. So let's feed your younger version of you a magnetic love. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about one thing that you feel like the younger version of you didn't have, that may be impacting you as an adult, right? This is not to judge anybody that cared about you or to judge yourself or any of that. This is simply to support you on a healing journey, okay? So I want you to think about one situation or something that is contributing to how you are as an adult now. And I want you to ask yourself, is it something that you want to keep? And if it's not something that you want to keep, and then this is your opportunity to take the steps to release and let go. And the best way to do that, sugar dumpling, is to just be honest with yourself about then, what do I need to feed myself so I can attract that magnetic love, okay? So you can bring that frequency and feed your heart's desire. And that means that you will begin to think different about the absence of whatever it was, or maybe it was too much or something you didn't like, and you want to, restabilize that vibration. And that's giving yourself the opportunity to say that it's okay, that you deserve. And I think that's something, a sentence, actually, a mantra, that you deserve is very important. You deserve to attract magnetic love in your life. You deserve for your heart to be full with love and light. You deserve to have people around you that praise you, that see you, that love on you harder. You deserve to elevate in your workplace. You deserve to build the business that you want to build. You deserve to play with your inner child and go out and burst with joy. You deserve to find peace and balance, okay? You deserve sugar dumplings. And that younger version of you deserves to see the adult in you and to be recognized and know that I am love. So you're going to name that one thing that you know has impacted. And then what I want you to do is I want you to go back in time, little story time, little imagination, okay? I want you to think about the age where you felt the most impacted. And I want you to feed that version of you with love. I want you to remind that version of you that you are amazing, that you're powerful, that you are successful now, that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. And it's just the energy of that, the pureness of that love. I want you to imagine giving that younger version of you the most, the tightest embrace, the smile that keeps on smiling, and then say, we are safe. Everything we choose happens for our highest and greatest good. That no matter what, we're in progress. It means we're working towards something we are achieving, and that we can and we will. We're going to trust the process. We're going to move in divine love, light, and healing energy, and we're going to let go of the things that no longer serve us. That's what we're doing. That's what I want you to do. Hopefully it makes sense. Ooh, I almost dropped grandfather. Hopefully it makes sense. Okay, connecting video 1 and 2. Me coming back several hours later. Still trying to glow, but I'm here. Y'all take it easy. One moment at a time. And remember, this is unfiltered. It is what it is. Whatever comes through, it comes through. And I'm trusting that it's aligning with some of you. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Ashio.